Listín Diario, editorial for February 10th of 2023. To public hearings. The decision of the President of the Senate, Eduardo Estrella, to send to public hearings the controversial bill for the reception of illegal immigrants victims of trafficking and human trafficking is correct and very timely. The space of the public hearings is the most appropriate to promote a broader, in-depth debate with all the representative sectors of society for the sake of a consensus. Although the project is based on universal principles that classify the crimes of trafficking and human trafficking, it is no less true that the piece that a Senate commission discusses has elements that constitute an explosive charge against national sovereignty. Listín Diario has already made specific observations about the risk underlying some articles that, beyond their humanitarian inspiration, will create commitments and responsibilities for the Dominican state that are difficult to fulfill. The idea of submitting it to public hearings, that is, to the democratic space for a free and public debate, will allow the project to be stripped of these elements that are harmful to the sovereign rights of the country. It will also serve to configure update legislation in light of the magnitude of the criminal phenomenon that is intended to be combated and punished, beginning with the coyote and military mafias that sponsor it on the border. The treatment of all persons as refugees or legal immigrants must be adjusted to what is established by the Constitution and immigration law, not to the manichaeism of an international community that wants to put the head of the Haitian crisis on us under this legal clothing. This country cannot afford to pass legislation that, although it is based on the purest principles of the protection of human rights, easily opens the doors to the creation of refugees camps financed with the money of the people themselves. The public hearings constitute a timely response to the legitimate concerns of society about the scope of this project. After them, it will be the responsibility of Congress to vote a law that satisfies the national interest above any obligation or external imposition that could weaken the integrity and national security. For Listín Diario, voiceover and translations by Indira Rodriguez.